Right. So this is an unboxing, but not really an unboxing because it's already out, and I know you guys have seen like unboxings of this quite a lot already. So yeah, I got LUI Orion, and I should probably bring up footage of like when I actually unboxed it earlier during the day, but I didn't have tripod stand or anything. I'm in public. I don't really want to do it. Yay. Oh, I'm LDY NFT tag.
Is that the sticker?
Spare hardware. No, it's an NFC tag. Right. Spare hardware. And knife inside. So, the first impressions, right? The first time I flipped it, just to recap, the like literal first impressions I had was just wow. Right.
Is that like is
Initial balances. This flips amazing. Like perfect tolerances. Hands good. It feels good momentum. It's actually quite awesome. And this is the best thing I ever flipped. But then I'm like, I'm probably just getting ahead of myself. It's a bit of an exaggeration. But to be honest, it was just so smooth, such great action right out of the box. I was just really happy with it. And it's like, I finally understood why everybody talks about the Orion in such high regards, and why like Chimera EE or Blade Bias or Ethan Blade Bias or Bald Bias, whatever you want to call them, raves about this thing so much. It's such a good flipping experience. But like me saying it's the best thing I've ever flipped, definitely an exaggeration, because like I picked up my Madco earlier and I was like, oh, it ain't, you know, this, it's just weighty, feels more solid, more put together. Okay, cool. Then I came home like from school and I flipped this, and it's like, granted I can't flip the best right now because I'm like recovering from working out, but I flipped this and I was like, okay, cool, this is like where it is. This is just good. This is probably still the best thing in my collection. But then like the whole collection thing, best flipper thing, is like a whole conversation that I think I need to have outside of just like, you know, in passing, probably make a whole video about that. But this flips the best, but this is not a video about this. So yeah, I think Orion spec sheet, everybody knows the specs, and it's like when I first flipped it, right? I think the first thing I did, I kind of do this now, like as a first test, just in general, and then like probably bounce it, right? I don't really remember. And yeah, the first thing I thought was like, whoa, the balance of this knife is really like good. Like it feels so good. And I really thought like, okay, now imagine this knife, but titanium and a live blade. I'm like, ooh, maybe I'd like that. Maybe that would be my favorite knife of all time, because I really like the blade shape. I like the handle weight. I like the weight. So even if I add like a little more weight to this, I think I'll still like it. Maybe zippy spaces or something I should think about investing in. I don't know. But the whole thing I thought about was like, okay, this flips really well. I like the weight. I like everything about it. And I thought, oh, a good comparison of this, of something in the same price range, because, you know, the sub 100 thing. Oh, another thing I thought, why was this not out when I first started? I really would have loved this over my Mako, because I think this would have lasted me longer with tolerances and like looking and blah, blah, blah. So next thing I thought about was comparing it to the Armshark Kraken, which I will make a video about because it just makes sense due to having those, but this isn't about it. I'll just do separate videos and everything. And I also thought, okay, maybe compared to the Armshark Notes as well, since they're all about in the same price range, and just do a breakdown and discussion of kind of stuff. But the main thing I really liked about this is just the weight and the balance. It's not, the blade seems to carry its own momentum really well. The end of the handles carry the momentum really well, even though they don't look like they should. They carry the momentum really, really well. It doesn't feel too light in the hands. It feels like it flows and flips really well. But my biggest complaint with it It's just how slippery it is. But that's the problem with aluminium. Aluminium balisongs are always going to be really slippery, except for this. Like in my current collection, the only aluminium knife I have that doesn't really slip too much is the Crackeracken. I know if it's the finish, the texturing on the handles, I don't really know what it is, but this is the one that slips the less. I just drop it because I suck at flipping. Right, this is aluminium, but of course it's got G10, so it's just a completely different texture. But just straight aluminium, I don't like the finish is not bad. It's not bad, but it's aluminium is just too slippy. So that's why I'm like, oh, maybe titanium, this would be better. But to make a first impressions very short, this is worth all the money that people talk about, and I would recommend this to anybody who wants it. And you know, big ups to LDY. And y'all should have made this earlier in 2023 because I would have loved this. I would have eaten it up. And yeah, that's it.